Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is May 5th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and you come back for more. Today I want to talk about maintaining, being a top-rated seller and how to maintain that top-rated seller status and how easy it is to lose it. That's coming up. Stick around. Okay, so how do you become a top-rated seller on eBay? What guidelines and rules you got to follow? I thought I followed all the all the guidelines and the rules to maintain that top-rated seller, and I also have top-rated seller plus. I did everything that eBay required me to do, and in the end, folks, they're going to take it away from me. I'm going to share that with you guys. I got some windows opened up, and the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to be very transparent about how to become a top-rated seller, what the requirements are, and how easy it is to lose. But the thing that really bothers me in making this video is that eBay, just to just cut to the chase as far as like how you can lose it, within a 12-month period, they wanted me to make at least $3,000 in sales. Well, to say the least, I didn't accomplish that 12-month threshold. And I know people might say, wow, I mean, 12 months you didn't make $3,000, and what can I tell you? It's not my fault. I've been listing stuff on there. I had at one time close to 400 items listed, and they're not what people want. Plain and simple. I'm not going to show you the list I'm going to show you the things that I have active and the things I just ended recently, because if you don't, it'll go to good to canceled, and you'll end up spending well, for me anyway, I'll spend a lot of money by paying monthly fees. Okay? Because when you do that, if you don't act on that and you're not paying attention to it, it will go, all those listings that I ended will all go back to good to cancel, and therefore I'll get charged again. Now, here's the thing. I do have a starter store. Okay? Now, even with the starter store, you get 100 listings. Okay? Now, if you go over it, it's 30 cents additional. So anything over 100 listings is 30 cents. So here's the thing. People may say, okay, so what are you complaining about? If you have 100 free listings and you have 100 things listed and nothing sells and it goes over the next month, you're getting 100 free listings. That's true. That's great. But the thing is, what I want to show you folks is, the reason why I'm also making this video is I want to show you the things that I've been having a hard time selling, okay, and the things that I personally don't think I will be buying them anytime soon in the future. I've been on eBay since, well, actually 1999, but I started getting heavily into it when I lost my job due to a layoff back in June of 2016. Excuse me. When I lost my job back then, I said, you know what? I went through 2 company layoffs, 1 company bankruptcy. I said, let me throw my hat in and try to sell on eBay. Let's see what happens if I could do it on a full-time basis. See what comes out of it. I will say this, and I'm not here to blow your mind or blow your dreams or whatever, but I'll tell you this. And I said it in my other videos. Please, whatever you do, don't quit your day job. Now, a lot of people may say, may beg to differ and say, well, if you feel that way about it, instead of wasting your time trying to make a go out of eBay, why don't you just go back into the workforce, go back to a 9-to-5 job and be done with it? The reason why I didn't do that, choose that path just yet, is because I'm more of an optimist than a pessimist. You see, folks, in life, quitting is very easy. You can't do things right away. I'm going to quit. Or, people like to travel down the path of least resistance, right? Is that saying there? It's easy to do stuff like that. It's very easy to sit there and say, I can't do it. I'm done. Hey, I used to be like that in my younger years. I would try things over and over again. I couldn't get it to go. And then eventually my father would say, come on, what's the matter with you? You got to try. Don't give up on things. I mean, what do you want? What are you going to do? You going to go through your life like that there? No confidence, no, you don't have any self-respect for yourself in other words, to say, I could achieve this, I could do it. My background is IT. I've been in the IT field for 15 years. I've been doing mainframe for 10, and then PC repairs and stuff like that, consulting work for the past 5. And then when I eventually got out of that line of work, not because I hate it, I do love PCs, I do love technology, I ended up getting involved in a company where I started working more in finance. Great job, pension, 401k, had the whole kit and caboodle, you name it, they had it. And, you know, when you're working in a company like that and you think you're going to retire, you say, wow, this is great. I had no clue that at one point, I didn't think that I was going to be part of that layoff. I know some companies have partial layoffs, but unfortunately, I fell in that category. And this is not a feel sorry story for me, so I don't want nobody to sit there and say, oh, the guy's putting a sob story. No, this is not at all. I accepted the fact in life things happen. You know, this is it. Like I said again, I went through 2 company layoffs and 1 company bankruptcy. So strike 3, you're out. And that's how I got where I am with eBay. The only thing I will say on a positive note with eBay, before I get into the details as far as like how I'm going to lose my top rate seller status, I got to say one thing. They're the ones that basically broke me into a YouTube channel to do my own, to create a YouTube channel. And folks, I was just watching it, just to get off the subject really quick, and I want to go back to eBay again. I was watching a video the other day where a person was saying, and when it comes to creating videos, people don't know what to create videos about. You know what I say? Create videos that really move you. Like, I like digital photography, all right? I like, doing video. I'm not a professional photographer, and I'm not a professional videoer, but I like taking my camcorder out and videotaping things. Like I did videos in the past, some squirrels in the backyard, rustling around, playing, whatever, and birds and stuff like that, whatever it may be. I look at it this way. You do what you love to do. Like they say, do what you love to do, the money will follow. In some cases, not with eBay. It's not working for me in that respect. But that's okay. Like I said again, life is going to have a lot of ups and downs, a lot of peaks and valleys, okay? And the thing is, despite what I'm telling you in this video, don't ever give up on your dreams, okay? No matter what I have to do. And if I do have to go back to a 9-to-5 job, which right now, that's where the needle's pointing, I'm still going to be doing online e-commerce. I don't know how much more longer I'll be on eBay, because I'll be honest with you, I have a love-hate relationship with eBay. Seriously, I do. I have a love-hate relationship. I love them when I'm making money, and I can't stand them. I hate them when I'm not. But it's not their fault. But what is their fault is the way they have a threshold. Now, look, folks, I know a lot of people may say, come on, you mean to tell me in 12 months you couldn't make $3,000 on eBay? I'm going to prove it to you. And I got a date stamp too. I'm going to show you like the screenshot I took. I'm going to show you on my screen here. This ain't no smoke and mirrors. And for those who are new, who do follow me, I want you guys to know one thing. I tell it like it is. I do not sugarcoat anything. I want to make this transparent. You hear the word so much about transparency. Transparent. Everything's transparent. Well, I'm going to make it transparent. Just like I was watching a YouTube guy yesterday was talking about how much money he makes on YouTube. He goes, I'm going to be transparent this year. I'm going to let you people know the straight dope, so to speak, of how much I make. Now, according to YouTube, that's not really the right way to go. I don't think they really want people to know how much they make. But if you go to Social Blade, you can get a general idea, ballpark figure. But folks, what I don't like about what's going on, the way eBay is handling this as far as this part in regards to losing your top-rated seller status, is unfair. And if eBay is watching this, or if you want to forward this to eBay, I don't really care. You could. It doesn't make a difference to me. Because, you know what? The more the word gets out, the better. But I'll tell you this. I don't think, personally, it's right to put thresholds on things of that nature, requirements. Because first off, we're in a big platform, a big e-commerce platform here. Okay? There's 26, the last time I did the statistics on as far as looking up, let's put this, looking it up. I think that if I'm not mistaken, it was either 25 million active sellers or 26 million. It may be more, maybe less. Who knows? I don't know, because you might have some people like myself debating, oh, should I get off of this thing, close my account, and go elsewhere? Or who knows? But the last time I looked, I think it was 25 million active sellers on eBay. Okay? Now, here's the thing. There is a lot of competition out there. And for eBay to come along and sit there and say, well, if you don't make X amount of money within a 12-month calendar year, we're going to take that status away from you. All right, some people say, okay, so they take it away. What's the big deal? All right, you lose your 10% discount, which, to some people it helps. Every little bit, look, in this day and age, every little bit helps. I consider myself a frugal entrepreneur, okay? Anything I do, all the things I do for this quote-unquote business, I do it on the cheap, okay? I don't go out and buy fragile stickers and please do not drop or crush stickers. I make everything on my PC, on my computer, of course, and I use my color printer to make these labels. So I have labels for, just about everything, from media labels, fragile glass labels. I make them all, okay? And, I'm very conservative that way, and I buy out of necessity, not to say I want to have it. That always driven me crazy when people say, "Well, I buy. It's nice to have." Everybody buys things to say it's nice to have. What are you doing with that nice to have stuff, though? Seriously, what are you doing with that? Why is it so nice to have when you could use that money to pay bills? And why are you tying money up? I mean, I know people that buy stuff because they say it's nice to have, and they never use it. They don't use it. And all you're doing is tying money up. Do you realize, folks, without going into a tailspin into about credit, I did a video about credit too. And I tell you the truth, people today that use that, break out that credit card for every little nitpicking thing. I have a relative that works in a coffee shop, and she gets a kick out. She goes, Rich, she goes, it's amazing. People don't carry money anymore. Well, we're moving towards a cashless society anyway. That's what the game plan is, to go cashless. Just say paperless. I'm all for it. Let's save some trees. Let's save the environment. But she goes, I get a kick because I have people come into the coffee shop, and rather than paying for $1.25 for a cup of coffee or whatever it is, they take their debit card or credit card out. They pay for it. She goes, could you believe it? People don't walk around with money to pay for that. I go, well, sis, I was telling my sister the story. I said, I mean, when she was telling me, and I was hearing from other people, I said, be honest with you, I carry a limited amount of funds on my wallet myself. There are cases where if I'm going with the family, and we're going, let's say, Burger King, McDonald's, whatever, I will whip out my debit card. I don't have credit cards. I don't have any credit cards. The only thing I have you want to consider credit card is secured MasterCard, which is basically my own money I'm using. So I really technically don't have any credit cards, quote unquote, But, I'll whip my debit card out and I'll pay for our meal, you might say, well, you don't have enough money. You don't carry enough money to pay for a $15 or $20 meal, whatever. No, I don't carry that much money on me. I carry pocket change, basically. Well, I call it pocket change, but I carry enough to where if I want to stop off at, let's say, at a hamburger place, whatever, or if I want to get a soda or something at 7-Eleven, I'll carry a few bucks with me like that. That's basically it. For the most part, I do use my debit card basically for everything. Okay, but the thing I'm getting across is, when people sit there is spending money foolishly on credit cards and buying these things and saying it's nice to have, think about this. Okay, think about this for a moment. You will go out and buy that particular item, whatever it may be, the nice to have items. Do you realize, depending on how much it is, you're paying for that thing, right? And if it's a revolving credit, which most likely is, and most likely people are not going to pay off that credit card bill at the end of the month. I'm saying not all. There are a percentage of people that do it. Okay, I'm not saying all. I'm saying a percentage of people, they put it on revolving. So you buy this nice to have item. It sits in your garage, shed, or wherever it is, depending on what it is. And you're paying every month, you're paying interest on that item. Why tie that money up when you could use it for other things? Seriously. I mean, for me, and that's the other thing too, when it comes to sourcing, people talk about, you got to go, like with eBay, you got to source every day, you got to go out and keep buying every day, source, list every day, keep listing. I did it. I was almost at almost 400 items. I had almost close to 400 items one time by following that method. And you know where it got me, folks? Nowhere. Nada. People think, the more things you have listed, the more money you're going to make. Listen, let me tell you something. I can tell you firsthand, okay? I'm not a seasoned seller. I've been on eBay since 1999, but I started getting more into it, like I said, in 2016. And I can tell you from my own prior experiences, okay? No. Do I have thousands of items listed? No. I don't have thousands of items listed. I'm going to show you what I have. It's really pathetic because I'm staying with that 100, with my starter store, I'm staying with the 100 listings limit, okay, right now. And sometimes I go over a few, maybe I might go a few, maybe 5 or 10 items, whatever. And I know I'm going to pay additional 30 cents for each additional item over 100. I understand that. But the thing is, folks, what's really sad is that going that route with eBay and, offer three, and I'm trying to do everything humanly possible to maintain that top-rated seller status. They say, well, in some cases you got to require, well, certain things will meet that top-rated seller status. I'll show you, well, if I get a chance, I'll put it on there. They'll tell you what things what things you have to change in order to get that top-rated seller badge on that particular item. Now, let's say there's an item I think there's one item I have there. I think it's a Disney DVD player, which is I'm selling for parts not working. And I'm not offering free return shipping. So because of that, that will not qualify for top-rated seller. See, along with top-rated seller, you also have to comply to their rules in order to maintain that. Okay. Now, if you take away, in some cases, if you take away certain things like offer free 30-day return shipping, return shipping, there may be other things, but you will get that, at least that particular item. I should say this, not all, but that particular item will not be qualified for a top-rated seller status or something along that line. But it's really sad the way they have it. And what I'm trying to say before I get into it, and I'm going to get into it in a moment, so please be patient with me. What I would like to say to eBay, reach out to them, is get rid of the monetary threshold. Okay? You're putting constraints on people who take eBay, quote unquote, serious as a business. You're putting constraints on them. In other words, you're putting it's like you. In other words, I feel like a salesman, and if I don't meet my quota, I'm going to lose my job. Okay, folks, and to the people at eBay, if you all listen and watch this video, don't do that to your sellers. Okay, change that around a little. All right, seriously. And the people, after you see this video, if you think I'm wrong, drop it in the comments below. Leave nice comments, and I'll respond to them. If there's anything bad, I'm just going to delete them. I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to get in a debacle with anybody here. Okay, this is my own personal take on it. This video is I'm basing it on my own personal experience. If people have a different viewpoint of things as to what I'm saying, then fine. That's fine. You want to share with me? That's fine. As long as it's a nice comment, I have no problem with it whatsoever. But if eBay is listening, do us sellers a favor. You want to help. And if you want, and people, it's nice to be a top-rated seller. Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It sounds nice to be a power seller, whatever. But anyway, get rid of the monetary threshold. If you're going to base it on this here, if a person starts off new, they're new sellers, I understand they're not going to become top-rated sellers. Well, it depends. Maybe they can become right within a year's time. Who knows? But have it where if the person is abiding by your guidelines, like in other words, offer the free 30-day shipping, return, and maybe in some cases, if you could offer not free shipping, free returns, best offers, whatever your little metrics are as far as to get us into a top-rated seller. Once we get there, if we maintain 100% positive feedback, and we do deliver, we offer one-day delivery, and all the tracking and everything is done within that time span, and we maintain or we work our way up to top-rated seller, let us keep it at that. Saying, well, if you don't make that if you don't meet that requirement, that $3,000 threshold, we're gonna, you're gonna go back to being an above standard or standard whatever seller. Change that around, okay, if you can. I mean, think about it. I know you guys in the eBay, you got these, these MBA guys sitting around, at your boardroom meetings, and you're sitting there talking about things. Think about that, re-strategize that, because that's kind of crazy. I mean, how could you sit there and give a person, what would you want me to do? This is what I like to say to eBay. What would you want me to do to boost up my sales? What do I do? Seriously, when you got 25 million active sellers selling close to the same thing, or if not the same exact things, what do you want me to do to gain sales? How am I supposed to do that? Is this eBay's way of getting rid of the dead wood? In other words, well, you're a small-time seller. You're not making us any money. So why don't you just go bye-bye? Is that what you want? Is that what you want from yourself? Is that how you're going to treat us? Because we can't maintain a certain monetary threshold, you want to just dismiss us? Is that what it's all about? Is this your way of filtration, of filtering out the low end sellers because we can't meet that threshold? What's it going to be next time? Oh, if you're not making $30,000 within a 20, what are you going to do? Can't get rid of us? You're going to can us? Are we employed by eBay? Well, technically, that's what I feel sometimes, because if you don't follow by the rules, you either play with the group or get out. So what are you going to do? What's it going to be next? What's the next threshold? People, eBay, think about this for a second. You got 25 million active sellers on there. How are we all supposed to compete with one another? How are we all supposed to meet the threshold? People say, well, come on, you're making a big thing. You're saying you can't you mean to tell me, no, I can't. That's what I'm going to show you. That's what I'm going to show you. I know it's pathetic. It is. And I'll be the first to tell you, it is pathetic. Okay? It is. It is pathetic. Because you can say, now the bag is out, the cat's out of the bag, saying, wow, this guy, he's a top-rated seller. He can't even make $3,000 within a 12-month period. It's not my fault. Is it my fault? It's not my fault. I can't help it. This is what they're putting on people. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me. Okay? But it'll tell you you're at risk. I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to show you the screenshot. It tells you you're at risk of losing your top-rated seller status. It's crazy. It really is. And you know what? If people do get a takeaway from this here, or if you're experiencing the same thing, I'm going to call up eBay and I'm going to share my experience with them, my issues and concerns with them. And I know the calls are recorded because I always tell you these calls may be recorded for whatever training purposes. And I'm going to tell the teammate, the eBay teammate, can you share this with your management? Could you share what I'm talking about, my issues and my concerns? If you're so, so enthralled with helping the sellers out, share this with your management, upper management, or executive manager, whatever, and tell them, what's the story here? What's the threshold going to be for next year or whatever? They're going to eventually increment that as well? Is that what's going to happen? Well, if you can't make $10,000 a year, we're going to have to drop you down. All right, it's no big deal. I mean, you'll just go below standard, whatever, standard seller, whatever. But I'm saying, well, when does it end? I'm sorry if I'm going on to a rant, which this is, but I need to get it off my chest and to share it with you guys. I think it's ludicrous the way they go about doing things. Now, I don't know about Amazon. Like I said in my other videos, I'm a registered seller on Amazon. They got their little quirks with them too. Okay, and the only thing that turns me off with Amazon as being a registered seller, not really selling on it. I think I might have sold 2 things on it since the time I signed up with them, is that you're allowed, from what the customer service rep told me on Amazon, you're allowed to sell up to 50 items. Anything over that, they want you to sign up for the professional seller member, whatever, be a membership thing. I think that's $39. Well, figure it out, rough it out, $40 a month. Now, I'll be honest with you. There's times I haven't made sales in weeks. Weeks. Not days, weeks. Okay? You know how scary and frustrating that is, folks? Especially if you're depending on this here as an income, how scary that is. And that's why when I hear people saying, I used to get a kick out, not kick out, I was baffled when I used to hear people say this. They come on eBay radio and say, I'm quitting my day job, I'm doing eBay full time. And they're over there, basically applauding, yeah, good for you, yeah. Well, first off, the people that are hosting that show have incomes coming in. They have jobs. Okay, Griff works for eBay. Okay, Lee Marable, she owns the voice marketing radio business. So they have incomes coming in. But if you're looking at this as a sole income, seriously, folks, if you're looking at this as a sole income, and I said it before, and I'll share it again with you guys, especially those who knew, if you cannot, and I repeat, if you cannot make $100 a day, at least, that's on the low end, on eBay, and depending on how much debt you have, or much bills, if you have a car payment, mortgage, a lot of credit card debt, whatever, and you're not making enough money to support those your financial obligations to them, you're going to be scared and worried at the end of the month. You'll be sweating every month. This is why I tell people, don't quit your day job. My circumstance is a little different. Okay, people may say, well, how you doing? Well, if you don't have a mortgage or a car payment and you have no credit card debt, it's different. You could kind of like coast along, and you could live with the residual income you have from the past. This was, when I got involved this year, I was planning this stuff way before I even got into this here, because in this day and age, you don't know how long you're going to have a job for. Nothing's guaranteed, nothing's set in stone. And even if I was still working there, I don't know how much longer I would have been there. Let's say, all right, they let us go. They let, I think it was a total of 1,000 people they let go, laid off in 2016. Who knows? Maybe 2018, maybe 2020 would have been, I would have probably lost my job there anyway. The company that I worked for was okay. It was a product that was not really a necessity type of thing. I don't want to get into it because, that's in a whole other ball game. But it was something that was not a necessity. It's not something you say, oh, I got to have it. It's not like you're working for a big food corporation where people need food. They gotta eat. They gotta survive. You want to live. You gotta buy food. It wasn't a company like that. It's more based on an electronics company. And like in certain electronics, it's not a necessity that you need to have it. It's like for example, computers. IBM was talking about having layoffs a while back. I was reading that. I don't know if it was on one of my Facebook groups. and they did it. They were interviewing. It was no, it was on the radio too, but I also heard something on one of my Facebook groups, if I'm not mistaken. And the radio announcer said, well, this was the radio, and he asked one of the eBay execs or whatever, is it a probability that IBM, I think it was IBM, not eBay. I'm sorry, folks. Forgive me about that one. That's where information overload. Yeah, it was IBM, and they were talking about there's a possibility they could have layoffs. Now again, back in the day, I had an IBM computer, right? I loved IBM. It was my product and it was my number one computers, right? I liked them, and eventually, when you go into the stores now, unless the stores have changed up, you don't see IBM computers being sold. You could probably go on their website and pick them up. But that, what I'm trying to say is, to me, is a necessity that's not needed. Okay, you don't go out unless you're a person who wants to skip at times and you got the money to do it. Because they say technology changes every 6 months to a year. It's always coming out with something new. Okay, I'm not going to buy a computer. The last one I had, it was outdated. That's why I ended up getting rid of it. It had the Windows XP on it, and with the new applications and programs, they suck a lot of storage up, a lot of memory and stuff like that. So they put bigger hard drives in there. They increase the memory, because a lot of things are running in the background too, so you need a little more up-to-the-date computer. But again, I'm not going to buy a computer every 6 months to a year. And you say, well, they're cheap enough. You can get it for $500, $600, whatever. I'm not conservative. I'm a very frugal person. I consider myself a frugal entrepreneur. I'm not going to go out and buy stuff. Again, things I don't need. Okay? Anyway, enough with the rambling on. Let's get right to it. Let me show you what I'm talking about, and then I want to close this video out. So for those who could stick with me to the end, it's greatly appreciated. If you don't, and you had enough of me, that's fine. I understand. You're hearing a guy coming on here and ranting about losing his top-rated seller status on eBay. What's the big deal? Yada yada yada. But I just want to share with you. I want to just voice myself. I just want to get it out there, get it off my chest. Okay. So let's get right to it. Okay, here's the window. I kind of shortened it up. I did a little snippet there. There's a program on Windows 10 that's called Snippet, and that's what these are. These are snippets. Anyway, as you can see here, it says over here top rated, right? Performance is top rated. Discounts 10%. Account status is current. See here, power level. Okay, this says bronze. But you see that little flag? Okay. Now, that little flag is an indicator, and what that little flag is telling me, we're going to click over here, not that one. Oh, we're going to the wrong screen here. Sorry about that, guys. It's a little out of whack here. I try to get it in order, but it didn't. Anyway, this is what happens. Okay, so when you click that little flag on, here's what the little flag says. You are at risk of losing your power seller level because you missed the sales requirements for the last 12 months. Okay, here they would have the requirement, which would be $3,000, and then your current performance. I don't want to put it on it because it's too embarrassing. Okay, now seller level is above standard, right? And your performance is top rated. You got a little check mark there. Positive feedback for 12 months is 98%. For requirements, okay, it's requirements at least. In other words, this is what, in order to become considered, I believe you got to be at least above standard for for a seller level, and at least have 98%, positive feedback. You can see I have 100 here. Okay, now we'll go to the next window. I'm going to go back here. Sorry about that, folks. This screenshot here shows exactly what the seller level is. Okay. Again, current seller level is top rated. If we value today, you'd be top rated. Now, here's the thing that really gets my goat going. Transaction defect rate. You know why these are highlighted in yellow? Well, not all of them. Let's look this one here, but these here. This is nonsense. Okay? This should have never been. This here are returns, and you know what they're returns from? From buyers, and because the buyers don't read the description, they get the item and they say it's not as described, right? Or defective. They send it back. Okay? I got it on both occasions. I got it twice, as you can see here. Now, I called up eBay about that. They said, well, don't worry about it. It's going to drop off in the, at the next year or whatever. It's stupid to have it there. It should have never been. That's the buyer's fault, not mine. Okay? Now, another problem, late shipment rate. Folks, I ship out the next day. If someone giving me an order at 12:30 midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning over here in New York, I'm on the East Coast, there's no way I'm going to sit there processing stuff. I'm in sleepy land, okay? So it goes out the next day. It's shipped within 1 business day. So this here should be 0, okay? Now, tracking and uploaded on time and validated. When everything is said and done, I do it that same day. I offer 1-day shipping. Okay, again, if it comes in the wee hours in the morning, I'm sleeping, sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay, so these 3 things right here, these 3 little metrics things here are BS as far as I'm concerned. All right, I don't offer late shipment. I don't know where eBay gets that from. And here's the other thing: if I'm shipping out on time, and there's inclement weather changes, snow or rain or so whatever, tornadoes, twisters, fires, brush fire, you're gonna hold me accountable for that? Give me a break. Come on, change this around. This is stupid on my part anyway. This should never be here. Neither should this. Okay. Cases closed without seller resolution, 0. Okay. Transaction the last 12 months, 191. Now people are saying, oh, they fitted demand. Well, apparently then he didn't have $3,000. Well, there you go. I'm not lying. I'm not going to show you the amounts, but I'm not lying to you either. Here, positive feedback. Good, right? Well, they only got the 4 there, but it's more. It's more than that. 0 neutral and 0 negative. Okay, out of 12 and 19, they're 100%. All right. Here is the one I have right now, the expired promotion. But this one here I got, as you can see, it starts April 5th, 2019. Well, actually, which one is this here now? Oh, this is the fixed price listing. All right, I used out of 90, or out of 100, I should say, I used 10. I got 90 left. Okay, start a store subscription. Okay, it started April 1st, 2019, and ends May 1st, 2019. Used left, I got 100. Okay, now I don't know where this all came into play here, but again, this is starting. This one again, this is I guess for the latest stuff here, April 1st, 2019. I don't know. I gotta check, but anyway, this is what you can see. I got over here. See, pay no insertion fees on 100 listings, including good to canceled. Okay, that's the invoices, and here's the thing. My limit is 500. Okay. So 25 listed items and sold. I'm entitled to 500. If I want to increase it, I could request to list more. All right. And then the rest of this here is all. That's it. Basically it. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to talk about, folks. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I want to explain with these little screenshots here. Okay. Now I want to go back here and open up the window. What you see here. What I have total listed here, I think it's only 21. If all these items sell, it's not even enough to probably make a car payment. Now, I know people are probably saying, well, Rich, maybe you better trip up your game. Why don't you buy stuff a little more expensive and sell stuff more expensive instead of... Look, I know about that there. I already had, I don't know if he's a follower or somebody just hit my YouTube channel. He came out and told me with the items I'm selling and the cheap prices, basically, you're not going to get anywhere. And the person's right. But I can't right now afford to go out and keep sourcing for more items when these things are not selling. Okay? I didn't get these things for free. I had to pay for these things. All right? Now, granted, they might not be the best things to buy, but I have them. What am I supposed to do with them? Start all over again? Believe it or not, out of the items I have listed here and whatever the other stuff I have, I'm going to show you the unsold, it adds up. And I don't get these things cheap. These things ain't like, I get a lot of stuff in the thrift store. I go into a thrift store, I'm not getting these things for $1 or 50 cents. I'm paying money for these things. Okay? I'm paying money for these. I'm not getting them for free. So just let you know. I mean, people think, well, if you're getting them for free, that's it. No, not at all. See this thing here? I had this thing for $9.99, $7.99. I dropped down to $3.99. eBay puts a thing, this listed had had sales in at least 16 months. Please consider updating. I did update it. I dropped the price. Once this stuff, and let me tell you, let me just share this with you guys really quick, okay? take a good look at this stuff here I got, folks. Okay? And this is for the new sellers or people are thinking of breaking into eBay. Now, a lot of people may say, wait, you can't come on here and tell people what you think is going to sell and what ain't going to sell. Look, I'm just sharing my experience with you guys. Okay? What takeaway you get from it is totally up to you. Okay? But I'm telling you upfront and honest, these are things I had listed for quite some time, and they're not really getting any traction as far as that part goes. You might say, well, your views, you're getting views. Okay. Views, watches, that's it. Doesn't necessarily mean because you have watches, they're going to have buyers. That could be your competition too. But look at the things I have listed here. All right, I'm going to scroll down here. I'll slow down, scroll slow at some point. But these are the things that I'm finding difficult to sell. And the things are, people are telling me on other YouTube channels, oh, if you get the VHS cassette rewinder, those things sell pretty good. They sell. Oh, remote controls, they sell. They're good, they sell. Everything sells. Where is it? How come it's not selling? How come mine ain't selling? Give me a break. Here, I had this thing here, this Sony J360. I added Sony, genuine Sony headphones with it. Tested it, works, plays great. Had it for $29.99, dropped it to $24.99. 23 people viewed it. One watcher. This I had for $19.99, like a nice new condition, dropped it down to $17.99. Okay? I mean, if I go any cheaper, there's no sense in being in this business. You're better off just going back to a 9-to-5 job. At least you're making a steady paycheck every week. But these are the things I'm trying to show you folks. Now, people say, well, maybe your items are priced too high. Well, I don't, like I said again, I don't get these things cheap. So I got to try to make some profit. I've tried, like I said before, my other videos, what I do is I don't go, when it comes to pricing, I don't go too high and I don't go too low. I try to stay in the middle. Okay? Now, I'm offering with best offer. So if these people don't want to make best offers, that's not my fault. They could be losing out on the deal because I'm not going to tell you what I'm looking to get for it. But if it's a reasonable offer, I will accept it. But these are the things that I'm finding difficult to sell. Okay? So keep that in mind when you're out thrifting. And if you want to buy them, and you say, hey, well, for example, I bought a Keurig coffee maker offer. Yeah, I sold a couple of these here. I did. I sold quite a few of them. Not this big one here. This is kind of like a big model here, to be honest with you. But I sold the other type. I didn't sell the one with the glass container, the container here on the side here, the reservoir. Okay, this one here seems to be a little problem selling it. All right, maybe people don't want a big one like that. Well, I think it's a good one because for a simple reason is you fill it up and you don't have to worry about it. If you're making multiple cups of coffee, you have to keep filling the thing up. This holds, I think it holds 12 cups. Okay, well, these, if the regular size mugs, if you go anything bigger than that, bigger mugs, then it's gonna, you'll probably get less. Okay, but anyway, let me show you the unsold. I took all of these off today. Look at these things. Now you might say, yeah, but they all got watches. It doesn't matter. They got watches and views. Nobody's buying them. So look at that. Look what I got, folks. These are look. This is unsold. See right up here. Look. See where my mouse cursor is? 86 unsold. Look. These are things I've been sitting. They're not going. This one here, I'll probably relist this one. And here's how I go about when it comes to, because I want to use my free listings very sparingly. So what I'll do is the ones that end, like this Versace one here, where I had 2 watches, I will relist it. Probably I'm going to drop the price a little and see what happens. The rest of these, I think I'm just going to maybe sell them as a lot, get rid of them. Because these things are they're hard sells for me. And they're pretty clean. They're pretty decent ones. Okay? Here. Vintage. These are vintage stereo headphones, Sears. Okay? 12 watches. 12 views. Right? I think it's 12 views. Yeah, these are the views right here. Let me see. Yeah, views. Okay. 12 views. 1 watcher. Had it $19.99, dropped to $17.99. Nothing. Nada. Medal of Honor. Good to cancel. 10 people looked at it. $2.99. And would buy it now. This is the one that doesn't qualify for a top-rated seller badge. Don't qualify for it. Here's an Insignia compact disc player. I offered the player was tested, works great. You get free batteries with it. I also offered brand new earbuds, earphones, whatever. Okay? These are things that are not selling, folks. And people say, well, eventually it will sell. Yeah, how much longer do I got to wait, though? That monthly clock is ticking. Every month it's going by, it's ticking, that clock. You're getting closer and closer to paying your monthly bill. I don't have bills, but not like credit card debt, but I'm just trying to say, for those of us who do have it, and this stuff is sitting around stagnating, it's not doing you any good. Okay? But these are the things I'm having a hard time selling, folks. And these things have been around for over a year. I mean, people may say, well, they're really cheap items, Look, somebody told me, and again, I don't know if he's a follower or he just hit my channel. He came out and basically told me I'm selling junk. He goes, you're selling cheap items. You're not going to make it in this business. If you're going to sell anything, you got to sell things $25 and above. Okay? And you want to know what? I didn't take it as an insult. I didn't. You know what I took it as? I took it as good advice. He's right. But people say, well, if he's taking good advice, then how come you still got it stuff? What am I going to do with it, folks? Seriously, what am I supposed to do with all this here? Donate it? Believe it or not, there's quite a bit of money tied up here. Now you might say, oh, come on, how much could you pay for it? Well, I'll put it this way. These items weren't no $1 each, I'll tell you that. Okay? Thrift stores, the only time you do good at thrift stores is when they have the 50% off. Now today they have 50% off at my thrift stores. I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to buy any more stuff. You know why? I want to get rid of this. Okay? Now, the next inventory I get, if I can get rid of a lot of this here, I think a lot of it's going to get donated to a church. I got to see. I got to filter out some stuff. I have stuff that I'm going to be, if I do sell, I got an antique deal that's got some great stuff, and I mean good stuff. I think so, vintage stuff. It's not going to be $7.99, $2.99. It's going to be up there. Now people say, all right, so big deal. So what are you trying to tell? So you think if you sell stuff $100 and above, what are people going to buy it? No, I'm not saying that, but it'd be a lot better than selling eyeglass cases and stuff. Okay. Look, I'm not going to, like I said, I don't want to dwell on this here too much. Like I said again, this is the item here. Look, in regards to top rated seller plus, they got top rated seller and top rated seller or top rated plus. All right. Look at it goes over here. Trusted seller, fast shipping, easy returns, learn more. eBay money back guarantee. They got that there. I offer 30-day returns. Okay. I don't offer free shipping. I can't afford it. Okay. But because I meet certain requirements with them, I will have this top rated seller badge, which this little blue badge here, they should have went back with the other one. I mean, look at it. It's so bland, right? They should bring the other one back. Not for anything, but they should. But then again, let's talk about seller performance, what it takes to be an eBay top rated seller. When you go to eBay's site, you look at the seller levels and the performance standards, okay? They come up here, it says, you're making sure your buyers receive a great service from all our sellers is one of our top priorities. Our seller levels and performance standards help you track your performance and let buyers shop with confidence. Your current seller level is top rated. We calculate the seller's performance by looking at their transactions, defect rate, cases closed without seller resolution, late shipments and confirmed, tracking and delivery. You can view your monthly breakdown of your performance on your seller dashboard as well as find information on how you can improve. Appeal a defect. These are the things. Seller levels. We assess your seller level of the 20th of each month based on your sales history and the quality of your service provided to your buyers. Based on how you're rated, you will be assigned one of the following seller levels. Top rated, above standard, or below standard. This is what I'm going to probably be. Let's see if I'm going to be one of these here. You're not meeting one of the more than minimum requirements for a customer service. Well, this whatever it is here, but I know you've seen that thing there. It says it's in risk of losing it. I'm not going to make. There's no one going to make that $3,000 threshold. Okay, and become a top-rated seller. Look at this. I like the way they put that there. Becoming a top-rated seller indicates that you're constantly delivering outstanding customer service, and also makes you eligible to receive a prominent top-rated plus seal on your qualifying listings. How to become a top-rated seller? You'll need to have an eBay account that's been active for at least 90 days. Have 100 transactions and $1,000 sales in U.S. buyers with buyers over the past 12 months. Now, I could tell you right to boot, I have over $1,000 in sales. Okay, this is the part I don't understand with eBay. This is why I get upset with them. What they keep moving the threshold up. First is 1,000, as you can see here. Now this is off their site. Look right up here. See where my mouse cursor is? See up here? This is their site, not mine. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, that's their site. Okay, to become a top-rated seller. I have over $1,000, more than that. Okay, so you're telling me now because you moved the threshold up from 1,000 to 3,000, now that because I don't make that threshold, you're going to take my top-rated seller status away? This is crazy, folks. Anyway, like I said, I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but I just thought I'd share it with you. It's something I wanted to share with you guys for a while. I talked about it once before I did a video. I say that I'm going to probably lose my top-rated seller status because I know I'm not going to meet the threshold. But I'm just giving you guys a heads up, as far as like if you do become a top-rated seller, just be prepared. If one day you're looking and you don't see a top-rated seller badge there, you didn't meet those requirements. Now here's another one. Now top-rated plus, because there's top-rated and there's top-rated plus, whatever. Here you can see benefits and requirements. As a top-rated seller, you can qualify for these exclusive top-rated plus benefits if you offer same or one business day, which I do. Handling time 30 days or longer with free returns, I do. The top-rated seller rated plus seal will be displayed promptly in search results and in listing description. A 10% discount, which I still get for now, will be applied to your final value fees. It's not much. It used to be 20. They cut it down to 10. This applies to the final item price only, not to the shipping cost or to any additional final value fees applied to the sales in categories where you're rated very high in your service metrics for items not as described returns. In some product categories, we'll extend the discount benefit, but not the seal, even if you don't offer 30-day free returns. Then it goes on to see a full list of circumstances where the discount benefits applies. And you could go check it out for yourself, folks. I'm not going to go into this too much. But here it says the top seller requirements. You closely manage your inventory, check your restock advice, enable out-of-stock feature, and so on and so forth. It just goes on and on. Look, I understand they want to provide good service to the buyers, and I have no problem with that. I think it's a good thing, that they look. The buyers are like I have in my listing. Buyers are my number one priority, which they are. And I will do whatever I can to maintain that buyer, to take care, to maintain the buyers, to make sure they get good service from me, But again, with eBay taking that away, people say, so if it's no big thing, then don't make a big fuss over it. I'm not, but I'm just trying to share it with the people, Now let me back out of here because I want to close this video out. It's going on. It's 1 o'clock already over here in New York. I never seen the morning go so fast. Let me bump out of here and we're going to close this video out. Okay, folks. Well, that concludes this video. Again, I'm not trying to, make a big issue over it. But the only thing that is upsetting is when eBay makes changes such as this, where you keep moving the threshold up higher and higher, and you keep moving that bar up there, so to speak. Things become a little difficult for certain people. Not everybody has, items that's going to sell for hundreds of dollars. If you look at other sellers out there, they have items probably cheaper than mine. Listings for $4.99, $3.99, like I have. So, I don't know. I guess that's eBay's way. If you really look at it, it's eBay's way to getting you to, quote unquote, list more. And the more you list, who makes more money? eBay, right? This is if you don't have a store. Now, as you know, eBay gives you, I think it's the first or the second of every month, if you don't have any store whatsoever, 50 free listings a month. Okay. Now, again, as I said it once before in my other videos, if you're new to eBay or you're thinking about breaking into it, remember, don't quit your day job. Try it with the 50 free listings. Okay. See where it goes with that there. Get items that you feel are going to be trying to find a niche is hard because there's a lot of people with the same niches out there in some cases. Okay, seriously. I sit here brainstorming, trying to think what can I get more involved in, as far as like, trying to increase my sales, or what particular item I think sells good. For, like I said before, like I was showing you about the VHS rewinder. Okay. Someone said, oh, these things sell. These things sell. They're good. They sell. I bought that one. I seen the last time I was at the thrift store, that 50% off. I could have got like 3 of those. I could have picked up 3 more, not the same brand, different ones. And I said to myself, I can get them for like really cheap, well, cheap enough. And I said to myself, wait a minute, I already have one. It's not even doing nothing. Nobody's even interested. And it works. It's been tested. I tested it out. It works, right? So when people say, oh, this sells, everyone's going to tell you it sells. You know why they're telling you? Because it sells for them. Think about it. It sells for them. VHS players, I think I sold at least 2. I was going to pick another one up last week because I had 50% off. And I said to myself, you know what? I don't think so. They didn't seem, the last time, I have to say, if I'm not mistaken, one of them did sell within a couple of weeks' time. I think 2 weeks turnover, something along that line there. It wasn't too bad. I got it for a decent price. Like I said again, I don't get these things for nothing. It's not like a family member say, hey, you want this to sell it? Then it'd be great, because now you're making a little more profit. But yeah, I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to buy it. I said to myself, you know what? It's not for me. I said I don't want to. It wasn't. I didn't feel right about it. I said to myself, to me, even though it was sitting around, I sold it within a couple of weeks. I said it's something I don't want to get involved with. I don't really want to zone in for that type of product anymore. A lot of people will tell you what's good to sell. And sometimes you look at videos and people say, oh, if you go to the stores, you get this sells, these things sell, that sells, this sells. First off, try finding those items. Number one. Number two, everybody's got a story to tell you about how good they're selling on eBay, or what sells and what doesn't sell. Like I said again, folks, I tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell it just like it is. If I'm doing good, I'll say I did a good week. I had a good week in sales. But for the most part, I tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything. That's why I was sharing that information with you. That's all you hear, quote unquote transparency these days. Everything is transparent. Well, that's why I want to make that transparent to you guys. Okay? Now, like I said again, if you guys out there are diehard eBay sellers, and you do take eBay somewhat serious, you may want to look into this for yourself. Okay? Like I said again, especially if you're doing it for a living, the last thing you want to have is, I'm not saying it's going to help, but I will say this. I think, in my personal mind, my personal opinion, I do think that buyers, I could be wrong, will tend to buy more from a top-rated seller than a non. Now, I could be wrong, and please don't leave me any nasty comments saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. Again, based on my own situation, as far as like when I purchase things, which very rarely I do. The only thing I basically buy off eBay is ink cartridge and toner cartridge for my laser printer and my all-in-one color printer. That's basically all I buy off eBay. I will look for a top-rated seller. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with not buying from a top-rated seller. I always look for them because I want to see what they have to offer. Okay. When I get my toner cartridges, I like to buy toner cartridges, and the guy has free shipping. That's a plus for me. Now, people may say, well, why don't you use their same tactic and do it yourself? Why don't you offer free shipping? Because the items I'm selling, again, I don't get them cheap. And if I offer free shipping on some of them with best offer, that's when the best offer has to go away then. But if I did, I would be giving the items away. I already took a loss in a situation like that. I was in one of those situations where I wanted to make a quick sale because, sometimes you need the cash, and you sometimes you'll do these things. And I accepted an offer, which was foolish on my behalf. And after I did it up, I weighed it up and everything like that. I thought everything was going to be okay with it. I found out I ended up paying more than what the item sold for, postage-wise. So what was I going to do? Tell the buyer, oh, excuse me, you're going to have to pay an additional $5 for postage. So I ended up taking a wash on that one there. I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to do it right now. I don't get the items that cheap enough. If I got the items like for $1, $2, if I got a VHS where it was for cheap, I could probably work the pricing out with people. I can't though. So, what am I going to do? And with the cost of shipping going up, which it is, I won't be surprised next year I'll probably go up again. What are you going to do? That turns people up. I want to share this story really quick. I have that Keurig pot, the Keurig K70 that you've seen there. Well, it was in my listings, the active listings. Anyway, there's 3 people watching it. I had 7 people watching it. I'll tell you the story really quick. Anyway, the story with that is the buyer did not read the description. Plain and simple. Because I'll tell you why. I had it for 45. They offered me 25. I counted for 35. They counted for 30. Person said on the last counter, I can only do 30. So I said, you know what? I won't make much of a profit on it. Let me see if I can get rid of it. I'll accept the 30. I accepted the 30. You heard the cha-ching. I messaged the buyer. I sent them an invoice saying, thank you for shopping. Thank you for your purchase and for shopping with RJ Pasini. And I shot it off. I shot the email, the invoice to the buyer. About a minute later, comes back, message from the buyer. I said, oh, geez, here we go. What's this all about? I thought the shipping was for free. Shipping for free? You offered me $30 and you want the shipping for free? The shipping to go to, I think it was going to Las Vegas, Nevada. I think it was Las Vegas, right? Yeah, it was going to Las Vegas. And I said to myself, the shipping to go there was, I think, $25 and change. Are you serious? I was so tempted to say that there. I was like, I said, Richie, compose yourself. Don't let it happen. Don't let it get to you, because you're going to have buyers. You're going to have people of all walks of life coming up with things that's going to probably tweak you a little. I already had one like that once before. Well, selling a little novelty, $4.99. A person, a buyer makes an offer. I'll offer you $1. $3.99, and then they said they had the nerve to say you pay the shipping. $1, and you want me to pay the shipping on top of it? Look, I'm in this business to try to make money. If I want to donate it, first off, I'm not going to donate it to a buyer. I'll donate it to my church. Okay, that's how I look at things. I'm not going to sit here and because look, I do care about my buyers. Don't get me wrong; they are my number one priority. But when you're demanding, and then I had another story like that. Person was offered me something really ridiculous and was very arrogant and nasty. The buyer, this is what I'm going to pay for it, and you're going to. And she told me, and you're going to pay the shipping. Oh, really? Now I'm going to pay the shipping. You're dictating to me you're offering me what you're going to, that I'm supposed to accept, and that I'm going to pay the shipping on top of it. Hey, buyer, go to Walmart and go tell them that there. Okay, go into Walmart and go pick up an appliance and say, this is what I'm paying for this item, and you're going to pay and you're going to waive the shipping tax on the other shipping. You're going to waive the tax on it. Go try something like that with Walmart. Or go, if you're ordering something from Walmart online, go tell Walmart that this is what I'm offering, and you're gonna pay the shipping. See what they tell you. Unless they got it in their description where they're offering free shipping, that's a whole other story. But if they're not, pull that stunt with them and see where you go with that. Because I know if I was on the other line, if I was me and I was on the other line on that buyer's order, I would tell them very cordially and very diplomatic, very sorry, but there is shipping included. The shipping is not included with this here, so you need to pay for it. And this is the going price. And if you don't like it, then you could take your business elsewhere. Okay? And that's what I have to say. I was so tempted to tell that lady, the one that was going to buy the Keurig coffee pot, I was going to tell her, nothing, but if I was to do that to you, to offer that to you, I might as well just give it away. Literally. I might as well give it away, because it was $25 and change to ship it to her state. And she only offered me $30. And I thought between the two, with the total price, with the shipping and what she offered, it was a decent price for that particular coffee maker. Needless to say, I said, I do not offer free shipping for this item. I messaged back, And I said, do you want me to cancel? Within a split second. Yes, cancel, please. Done. Done. Why, and why did it happen, folks? Buyers, not all buyers are bad out there, so there are potential buyers out there that want to buy from me. Please don't get upset with me. But there are buyers out there that don't read description. And I've done a video about this before, and I had a couple people reply to me, respond to it. Not a lot of comments, but I think a couple. I don't know which video it was, but it was a while back. They don't read the description. I sold a printer. On the title, whatever, brother printer, whatever, being sold for parts not working. Right on the title, for parts not working. I put in description, for parts not working. Highlighted in red, or whatever, highlighted in yellow, whatever it was. Do you know, honest to God, the next day, after the buyer made the purchase of it, I send it out, let's say it was a Wednesday, was because the person was in New York City. I could have driven it to the person's house. Well, go over to Manhattan, which I wouldn't do it anyway. But the person got it the next day. So if it went out on a Wednesday, they got it Thursday. Friday, I get a message just sending it back. What's the reason? Defective item, not as described. I said, oh my God. I don't believe this. And you want to know what? Because the weight and everything, that cost $15 to ship it to Manhattan, right? New York City. Who do you think paid the return shipping? Me. That still happened. I'm the one that got it. I had to go pay the shipping for it because they didn't read the description, which I think is a lot of malarkey. That's where eBay should have stepped in and said, wait a minute. They should have been in favor for me, saying, hey, wait a minute. He's putting not as described defective. What about the description? What about all your things that you're backing up with the seller? I was out of $15 because the buyer didn't read, because the buyer didn't take the initiative to read the description. I'm the one I had to go pay the price for it. Not fair, eBay. Not fair. And if you're watching, it's not fair. You should change your policy around with that. You should be in favor to protect your sellers as much as you're protecting the buyers. I know you're saying, oh, you're all up for the buyer-seller protection stuff. Yeah, I know. But not all cases, folks. Not all cases. Now, you know what I called up eBay about that. You know what they said? Oh, you could appeal it. And it's no guarantee it was going to get it. I was out of $15. I gave the United States Postal, and nothing against them, I gave them $15. Actually, the buyer, but I took a loss on the postage. They got everything back. All right? They got everything back. Buyer, no problem. All because he put those little words in there. Not as described and defective. On an item that was being sold for parts not working. Go figure. Anyway, I said what I had to say, folks. I'm sorry if the video is really long. I'm sorry if I'm blasting off over here. It's not meant to be that way. But I have to honestly say, I find it quite amusing when you hear big companies like eBay putting out all this here saying they're all for the sellers, and a lot of people will beg to differ. There are people out there that beg to differ when it comes to that topic. If you guys want to leave a comment in regards to this here, to this topic, what I'm talking about here, please do. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Please also share it with other people. Let me know what you think. If I'm wrong, you can say, Rich, hey, I think you're way off the beaten track there. I think it's you're getting a little too much into this, playing too much into this. But you know what? I'm sharing. This is what I'm all about. I'm sharing information with you guys. That's what this YouTube channel is all about: help, inspiring, and sharing. Okay, and I'm going to share information when it comes out like this here. Like I said it once before. I tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything. I have a love-hate relationship with eBay, and I'll be the first to tell you, if they do good by me, I'll stick up with them. And I've done in the past. If they do wrong by me, I'll speak against them. Putting monetary thresholds on sellers is not the way to go, because people cannot make those sales, and even you say within a year's time, no, that's only that. According to that, that would be the top-rated seller plus what did they say, $1,000 within a 12-month period. If you keep stepping the bar up, moving the bar up each time, what's going to happen? Here's my last take on eBay, or I appeal to them in this regard. What happens then? What do you want us to do as sellers? How much more do you want us to do? I mean, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to invest in, do 1,000 listings, have 1,000 listings at all times, and then if they don't sell, they go to good to cancel, and you guys, because you're going to get your money no matter what. No matter what. If we don't pay, or we whatever, you'll suspend our account, close our account, or whatever, or ban us from being on eBay. Who knows? What do you want us to do as sellers? Do you want us to buy more expensive things and hope to sell more expensive things? Is this another money-making way for you guys to make more money? You're not helping the sellers out, folks, or eBay people, whatever you want to say. You're not helping us out. That's not a help. What's a help? What's so helpful about that? And what's it going to be next year and the year after that? You can't put constraints like that on people and put timestamps on certain things, because for the simple reason is people are not buying like they used to. And these other eBay sellers, I'm not knocking them or making any derogative remarks about them. They come out, they do a YouTube channel. I don't think anyone's done what I'm doing will come out and say the facts. Maybe there are, but I don't know of any who, I don't know, they dare to make a video like this because they maybe feel that if eBay gets a hold of it, oh my God, they're gonna look, speak your piece. Speak your piece, folks. This is what it's all about. Freedom of speech, speak your piece. If something's bothering you and you want to share it with us, why not? Don't worry about the outcome, what it's going to be. You're not doing anything wrong. You're sharing your experience. That's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my experience. Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with eBay. And as I said before, I love it when I'm making the sales and I hate them when I'm not. So, what am I supposed to do? As a seller, what am I supposed to do? eBay is putting all these little helpful tips out there. What to do? Offer 30-day return, free return shipping, 30-day returns, free shipping, best offer, this, that, and the other thing. Maintain 100%, positive feedback. What more do you want people to do? What more? eBay, look, you're a good selling platform. You were good. Maybe back in the 90s you were even better. But as time went on, I know there's a lot of changes with new management coming in. It's a lot different now, folks. It's a lot different than it was back in the 90s. I'll be honest with you. I think back then you had to make your mark. If you made your mark back then, you have an established business and where you could have people come in and always going to you, referring to your site due to what do you call it, referrals. I go to that guy there. My brother even told me he buys off a guy on eBay. He says, if you ever want to get such a thing, because you go to this site here, this seller, eBay seller, he's good. He does really good by it. And, but that's what I'm saying, referrals. I'm trying everything humanly possible, and it's not working. It's not working. I don't know. Maybe I do the research. I check categories. I relist not relist them, but I revise my listings. I check the titles. I do price comparisons, and it's just not working at times. So if you guys out there that do follow me, or if you are, I'm one of your saved sellers on, your sellers on eBay, and you see me losing a top-rated seller status, I just want you to know one thing. Don't worry, because you're still going to get the same great service from me. And I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know. I mean, you're still gonna. All I can tell you in closing, you're still gonna get the same good, service from me. Because as a buyer, you are my number one buyer. And I don't want you to think I'm contradicting, because before I said, well, the buyers ain't reading the description. As I said, some, not all. Okay, it's true. Those two defects I got there. That's because the buyers didn't read the description. I did a video about it. I know which one it is. You go look at it, you can find it. You may find it in the midst of all these other ones. I don't know where it is. If I find it, maybe I can repost it out there and, you know, put it up. Anyway, guys, it's time for lunch. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And if you do like my videos, folks, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated as to when I post new videos out, hit that bell notification icon. This is Rich Pasini signing off. Until next time, bye-bye now.